Okay,
It's the
perfect.
Quarter Mile Podcast. We're in the building.
Welcome back to the Quarter Mile Podcast. That feels weird saying.
I
Wow.
know, right?
Yeah. How's the past year,
Oh,
2 years,
crazy.
lifetime? What?
I
Wow.
feel like it's been 5.
It feels like a million. Ladies and
feels like a
gentlemen,
million.
you are at the 25-year reunion of the Quarter Mile Podcast, or rather, 25-year anniversary for the Fast and the
You're
Furious.
saying that because I'm 25 years old.
Yes, we started this when she was a baby, and now that she's 25, we're here back for another episode.
That's what it is.
Speaking of babies, not really a baby at all, but what a weird intro.
He's
But
my baby.
I'm joined not just with my co-host CJ for this special episode where we're talking about the Fast and the Furious, but I'm joined with a co-host, another co-host who is an amazing and as a longtime friend. He's followed comedy, and his dad's a good comedian friend, and
Absolutely.
he is he loves Fast and Furious. All these cars, if you're watching the YouTube version of this,
Like y'all need to
these-
see these.
yeah, these are like, everyone needs to tune in.
It's a
And
trunk.
maybe we'll have him tell us a little bit more about the cars. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our other host for this special reunion episode of the Quarter Mile Podcast. Let's hear it for Stephen Hughes, ladies and gentlemen.
He's so awesome.
Stephen, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I've been waiting all week for this ever
This-
since
Yeah.
you invited me onto this podcast.
I hope you're ready for every moment in your life after this podcast to just be a big old disappointment. This is it. This is
I love when I get to see Steven. Like,
Right,
it is a treat for
it-
me when I get to see
it's
him.
like a life-giving moment.
It really
isn't it?
is
Yeah.
because he's like one of the you hate to say he's a kid, but he's like one of the best people
Right.
that I know. you know?
Genuinely nice
He's a
person.
genuinely good guy.
He helps out a lot with just whenever he's at the shows. If I need help with anything, he's there. But Stephen, instead of us just telling you how awesome you are, tell us a little bit about yourself. And as is tradition in this podcast, which maybe you don't know if you're listening to this for the first time, we always ask our guests to tell us about themselves and to tell us about their relationship with the Fast and the Furious.
My name's Stephen Hughes. I go to Wilson Central High School. I'm a part of our sports broadcasting program. We have
know
made it
that.
onto ESPN, Barstool Sports, and I think a few other platforms. And we just had our first away football game for the season, so that was
Okay, cool.
fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, well, did you all win?
Yes,
Maybe I shouldn't have asked that question.
our school is
You
not
want
football.
We're all
do
we
you
all win when we're having fun, right?
Right.
That's
Do you enjoy doing the broadcasting and
Yes,
stuff for them?
I very much do enjoy.
so. Have you ever seen the movie The Fast and the Furious?
Yes. I did a whole marathon of it because I'd already seen Fast 1 through 3, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finish watching it because why not?
Great,
So I,
great
why
reasoning.
not?
Yeah.
so I watched 7 through, or I watched 4 through 10, I think a week or two ago, and
Okay.
that was a lot of fun. That's
Yeah.
literally all I did when I got home from school, is just put my stuff down and
I
start
think
watching
that's
Fast and Furious.
the best way to live
Of
life.
course you would. But this baby might want to do something else.
Nope.
No.
That's it.
I'm
So
sorry, this young man. I keep calling him baby because I look at him as like he. Even though I know he has a mommy and a daddy, I still look at him as my
yeah.
baby.
Well, it's been interesting, like, since we've performed with your dad for years, we have, in a weird way, watched you growing up.
Yes.
So, like,
I really.
we do see teenage Steven right now, but I also remember, like, child Steven.
Mhm.
So,
You're gonna always be my baby. I
yeah.
don't care what nobody.
so what is your favorite part about the Fast and the Furious? Why did you decide to watch all 10 of them?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good one.
So
Also, commitment to a series to watch. If after a few, you're like, well,
Yeah.
let's watch all 10 of them.
That's a good question.
Well, the reason why I got into Fast and Furious was actually because of you, Drew. There was a show you were doing, and you were like talking about like the cars and everything, and I liked
It was
like
this show that
Was it
we're
this?
the Quarter Mile Podcast. Yes. We're here right now. We're living in the moment. That
I
was
love
changing
that
his
for you.
moment.
I love that for you.
and I just I fell in love with like the cars and everything because I thought it was just so cool.
So is that when you started doing these, like started building these
Um,
and stuff, or
the first car I actually got from Fast and Furious because when I watched 1 through 3, I got the small Skyline,
okay,
which is
Mhm.
probably one of my favorite cars from the movie, but I also like the Eclipse too, which is probably also one of my other favorites.
oh, okay,
So for anyone listening, check out our YouTube video of this because we have on our table right now
one,
like
two, three, four, five.
yeah,
Yes.
we have five Lego Fast and Furious cars, all built by Steven. And then of course we have a non-Lego Charger, and that came with the 25 year anniversary for seeing the Fast and Furious. Both me and Steven got one.
I
So
mean, he really built these things. Like I could never.
no,
The
no,
Skyline took me 11 hours.
Th-
I'm not
that's
kidding
Now
about
you.
that
as
would take
long as
me
the Fast
11
and Furious.
years
Yeah,
to build this. Okay, do you understand?
yeah.
It would literally take me 11 years.
I would still be doing it.
Oh,
So,
absolutely,
so
absolutely.
um,
I don't have the tenacity or
The
the.
patience.
I have the patience, but my fingers are too fat. So I feel like it would just go kaput.
yeah.
I want you, while we're on here, if you could tell us more about like how many hours it took to build each of your
Okay, there we go.
cars.
That's good.
So
So you said this one was 11.
that one took me 11 hours, and that same day I had built the DeLorean from Back to the Future, but that's
Oh,
completely different
oh,
from.
these mirrors go out?
Yep.
Dude,
There's so much more about that car that I could go on
that is
about.
crazy.
My parents are in awe when I brought that up to them. They were like, "How in the world?"
I mean, we love your parents, but dude, that is crazy. I don't want to touch anything. Okay, keep going, keep going.
So the smaller ones, even though they look like it took me just like a few minutes, most of them, Brian's Skyline, Suki's Honda, and then the small Supra and the small Charger, all of those took me around an hour and a half to do because of all
Oh
like the small
wow,
parts and everything.
that's not bad at
And
all.
then this one, the big Supra, it took me 4 hours
And now the
ish.
big Supra, that's the one that we just saw in the movie, right?
That's the one that these two cars were the ones that were drag racing in
That
the
were drag
movie.
race.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So what made you, besides just loving Legos, what made you want to do these?
These ones specifically because I had fallen in love with Fast and Furious and
Got it.
like everything about it, and then one of my friends is also like very much into cars, and that also like nudged me to like want to like do stuff with cars a lot more. So yeah,
I love this. I love. Okay, and so you said about hour and a half. This one is 11 hours, and that one was
4 hours.
4 hours.
So, we're gonna rank the Fast and Furious, but you're gonna rank because if anyone who's a long time listener to the Quarter Mile podcast, that was our whole season one thing. Was after every movie we'd rank them all. So you all are kind of caught up with at least my rankings, although I'll reveal them to. But Steven's gonna share us his rankings.
Okay. Okay.
And then CJ, I'm gonna share mine.
Okay.
And so here's the way this mini game works. We're going to see how many we have the same rankings of. So, for example, if both of us say one of them is the best, that counts. But if I say that for a different number than you, then it doesn't count. So it's up to 10. Like maybe we have the exact same list. But CJ, what is your gambling guess as to
We'll
how
go
many we will have in common?
Between you two?
Yes.
Oh
And while you're
gosh.
saying that, I'm gonna write out my order.
I'm gonna say you guys out of all the movies. Let me see. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. It's 10 movies.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say you guys will at least have five.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's half.
Okay.
I'm giving.
That's
I'm that's and
she's giving us like the benefit
I'm
of
definitely
something.
giving you guys the benefit
So
of the
I
doubt.
have I
Definitely giving you the guys the benefit of the doubt.
I have some crazy takes on some of the movies and why
Crazy
I
takes.
ranked them for where they are.
Okay.
So
I'm ready to
I
hear
this
it.
might be a little interesting.
I'm
okay.
ready to hear it. I'm ready to hear it.
I give me just half a second to write down
All
my
right.
rankings,
But I cannot wait for them
so
to
that
see
I
this on
don't.
YouTube. You even have the Nas in here. Like that is crazy.
The steering wheel that's in front of the driver's side that
Yeah.
moves and it steers the wheels. It's kind of hard because
Yes. Shut up.
it's and then on the front there's actually the engine that you can see.
Ooh.
Same thing for the
So
Perfect. Got it.
for our YouTubers, please know that this man has put
That's so cool.
this
You
young man
opened
has.
up and you
I
see
did
stuff
not.
in the
I did
trunk.
not.
That's
He did
cool.
because I
Yeah,
know my
you
my
had to pop that. That's so cool.
in the words of my mama, these cricket bats
Yeah.
mess
That's it.
everything up.
All right, Steven, let's hear the ranking. Your top 10, like from best to worst or worst to best, what you think about your movies. And you are allowed to give us some commentary on them, but keep in mind we got a lot to cover in our
Oh, I
podcast.
know.
So,
All right, I'm just gonna start from the worst to best. So I
okay.
put 10 as the worst because they teased in 9 that Brian was coming back into the back into the picture because he just hasn't been there for 2 movies, and because the skyline pulled into the uh barbecue that they were
Mhm.
having, but start of 10 he just never showed up. So that
Okay.
kind of
Well, you know the
ruins.
actor passed away, right? Like he's
Yeah.
not.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Oh, I
That's why they
know.
had the tribute
All
for
right. So you
Seven.
got 10 is okay. 10 is your worst.
All right, then I have Fast 6 because there just wasn't like a lot of action in my opinion in
Okay.
that movie. Then I have Fast 4.
Okay.
Then I have Fast 5.
Oh no.
I have Fast 5.
That's his face.
It's not my
That's your
favorite. It's not my.
favorite?
It's not my favorite.
What?
But we'll I'll have my
All right.
rebuttal.
So
I'll
you
have
got
my
Fast
rebuttal.
Five. That's number four. I'm with you.
Then for my number 5, I have Fast 7.
Okay. Is that Tokyo Drift?
No,
No,
that's
that's three.
3 is
That's
Tokyo
three.
Drift.
Three is Tokyo Drift. Okay.
And then I have The Fate and the Furious because I
See.
liked the cars in it, and I also liked some of some of the songs in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
th- and then I have Tokyo Drift at my 3. And funny enough, it's the
Mm-hmm.
third movie in the series. I did that like on accident. That wasn't even on
Yeah.
purpose.
Okay. All right.
And then I have the first one at my number 2 spot.
Okay.
And then I have Too Fast, Too Furious because when I think of Fast and Furious, I think of the skyline, I think of Suki's car, and I think of some of the songs that like if someone asks like, "Hey, when you think of Fast and Furious, what movie do you think of, or what songs do you think of?" And I'm like, I think of Too Fast and Furious because of like Act a Fool, and
Mm-hmm.
then the cars,
Yeah.
obviously, but like,
I'll
yeah.
give you that.
Okay. Well, you said you guessed that we'd get five.
I said five. What
So
did I? What was?
we had two in common.
Aw.
Wait, which ones?
So I put 10 as the last best one.
Okay.
Because I did
Okay.
that one. I mean, if I get over my obsession with Fast and Furious, I could be inclined to say that's a bad movie.
Okay.
So, and then I did have 4 as the third worst, or in position number 8, I guess. Because my last 3 rankings were to me the roughest of it. The 4, 8, and 10 were my last 3. Now 8, I'll
It
give
was
you that has
good.
a good soundtrack, but you could tell Paul Walker was gone by 8.
Yeah.
You missed
Rest
him.
in peace.
But then the rest of my ranking, I put 7 as my favorite. 7 would have been
For
the
the
perfect
tribute.
place to end it. The tribute was amazing. They wanted that to be the last movie, but it broke records for
I
making
remember that.
money,
Yeah.
so they
I
kept
remember we talked
going.
about
But
that. Yeah.
7 was like the most like that was like the most complete and at that point they had their over the top model of like action and doing ridiculous stuff. That was when they were at their best.
Yeah.
So like that's why 7. 5 was my second favorite because it does have one of the best chase scenes in literally car chase movie history. Probably because they bought the script for a sequel to The Italian Job and just named it Fast
Mm,
Five.
I gotta give
Uh,
it to you.
so,
That I
so,
agree
so,
with
so
that.
yeah,
that's
and it
true.
has the most jolly song of the Fast and the Danza Rosa. I don't.
The
I'm
Good Life song.
yeah. No, that's 8.
Oh wait, that's
So
8.
yeah.
Okay.
And then the rest of my rankings, I did put 6 as number 3.
Okay.
And then a 9 after that. 2 after that. 1 after that. 3, 4, 8, or 4, 8, and 10. But you said Too Fast, Too Furious is your favorite. I remember when we were polling like the world about it. The people that liked Too Fast, Too Furious the best had the most like passionate reasons why. It never made it to the 10th of anyone's.
Yeah.
It didn't make it high on a lot of people's list, but it never made it to the bottom. But it was funny because like the people that like Too Fast Too Furious really like Too Fast Too Furious,
Yeah.
and I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a fun movie. They Too Fast Too Furious walked so the rest of the movies could like after 5
I
and
definitely
beyond
will
yeah,
agree with that.
because they played around with being playful in Too Fast Too Furious, and they went dark in 4, and that was like not great.
Yeah.
I
They also
agree.
tried it again in 8 and 10, and still. But whenever they do the fun, like anyway, we could talk about this all day.
Oh yeah, we could. We so
But
could.
so what's been interesting? It's always interesting in doing this podcast, especially when we focus more on the Fast and Furious movies. Was like the people that really liked it always had like a connectional thing, like you talked about connecting to the music,
Mhm.
connecting to the cars. A lot of people, it's a go in and see the movies with special people in their lives, or it was like some kind of monumental time. It's just, and it's, I'm sure this is more than just Fast and Furious. This is, of course, the beauty of going to see movies,
Absolutely.
and entertainment is like the memories that connect with it. So, usually, CJ, you know this. Usually, whenever we review a movie, we'll ask people like, what are their thoughts? What are their opinions? What do they think
Right.
about the movie? But this time, since it's a special episode, and since we've already actually reviewed this episode in this podcast and asked a similar question, I changed it up a little bit. Instead of asking
Okay.
them what their thoughts were of the movie, I asked them the exact same question I asked Steven, which is, what is your relationship with the Fast and Furious?
Okay.
And I got a few answers.
Okay. Let's hear 'em.
Here they are. Justin Chavez on Facebook said, "It has a special place in my heart. My dad is a big car guy, and we
Okay.
watch them all together. I watch the newer ones out of respect, but I think they stopped being good after Fast Five."
Um.
Well, Justin, you're wrong.
Agree.
I'm just kidding, kind of. Like I'm respectfully just kidding.
Yeah.
And then in Threads, we got another opinion. Alex Brown,
Okay.
and this was his story about his relationship with the Fast and Furious. My friend and I would go see each movie together. We would take the day off of work, grab a nice meal, and go to the cinema. He's British, by the way.
Wow.
It doesn't matter how busy we were or how stressed life was at the time. It was our tradition when the latest Fast and Furious movie was released, we would go. And you know what's so funny is that that's really my story. Like I started getting like I seen the first one and the second one, no big deal. I saw the third one, but I went with my friends, and beforehand we had a sleepover and we watched the first two again.
Oh, that sounds
It
fun.
became like a tradition. And then if we did, but we didn't think it was going to get to like 10 movies.
Right.
And then by like
I don't
eight,
think anybody thought it
no,
was going to get to
no,
10.
no, no. And but so now it's like a weekend of I still do, and my friends they used to. I don't know if they still do it now, but we used to. Even though we went different ways, we would still hold Fast and Furious marathons at our
Okay.
houses, and like and I still do, and I do exactly what I love. He kind of does it in the reverse. I would watch all the movies and just open my house up to whoever wants to come watch them, and then I would go. We would like a group of us would go get a nice dinner and then go see the latest one.
That sounds
So yeah,
fun.
it's I'm going to make it a national holiday one day. That is, it's gonna be called Furious Weekend. It is gonna be on Easter weekend. It's gonna compete with Jesus's big day.
That's going
Oh.
to be hard.
It's yeah,
Oh.
but the majority of the Fast and Furiouses were released on
That
Easter
is
weekend.
true.
So I'm gonna,
Oh.
I
That
you know,
is going to be hard. I'm
That's
just
that's
letting you know.
interesting.
yeah, that's gonna be a tough pull, but I think we can do it, gang. I think we can.
Okay.
Oh
So,
yeah.
um, so I guess we should talk about the movie a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fast and Furious came out in 2001 and had a budget of $38 million. If you guys were to guess, how much did it make? You can answer one of two ways. You can just talk about locally, or you can talk about worldwide.
Oh, usually I would be, but I'm not going to do that today. So I'm going to say this movie, you said it did 38.
So it made,
It
or
was
it had a budget of 38
38.
million.
I'm going to say, if I remember correctly, was it 52?
Okay, what's your guess?
I was thinking anywhere in the ballpark from mm, probably like 50 million anywhere to 70 million.
Well, you both undershot. Domestically, so locally, it made 144 mil, and then worldwide 207 mil.
I should have
That's
gone with my
about right.
gut.
So yeah, so that which I thought I couldn't believe the numbers on that one. I would have gone if I didn't know it. I would have guessed kind of around what you guys said. So
That's about right.
that's a lot of money though, especially and then you remember 2001.
2001.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so this movie was directed by Rob Cohen and
Yeah.
starred Vin Diesel, Paul Walker,
Yeah.
Michelle Rodriguez,
Yep.
Jordana Brewster, and of course Ja Rule.
Ja Rule was in it.
I love Ja Rule. I love his car.
Yeah. You
Ja
know what's so
Rule.
funny? When it came out that Vin Diesel wasn't going to do two because he was their first pick for Too Fast Too Furious to be with Paul Walker
Right.
again. The first person they asked was Ja Rule. But he turned it down. Like he was gonna be.
Mm,
We eventually got Tyrese for Roman, but like they were
I
gonna
love
bring Ja
Roman.
Rule's character back. I'm okay
absolutely.
that they brought Tyrese Gibson in for the humor, and then
Absolutely.
Ludacris as far as the rapper character
I love
was great. So
People
yeah,
don't give him enough credit as far
yeah.
as acting goes.
yes.
Ludacris. As far as his acting goes, he actually has some pretty decent
Hmm.
chops.
Yeah, I agree. This movie won 3 awards. The MTV Movie Award for Best On-Screen Team, of course, Paul Walker and Vin Diesel. The
Okay.
Hollywood Breakthrough Award for Paul Walker, and
Okay.
and a Toros World Stunt Award for Best Driving.
Nice.
So
I
that's
can
kind
see
of
that.
fun.
I can see
That's
that.
cool. That's cool.
Because it was, I mean, you got to admit, like this movie,
Hmm.
this was like before CGI, right?
Yeah,
So
All the stunts were real.
all the stunts were real. The overhead, like we didn't have drones. I don't think at that
No,
time.
and it was interesting. We were talking about this in the theater. It was
Yeah,
interesting watching them do all those shots because we were like, how are they doing that?
yeah, without drones. I mean, I guess aerial shots, but that was pretty deep.
It was just old
That was
fashioned
pretty
people knew how
bad.
to do
That
stuff.
was pretty bad. That
Yeah.
was pretty
Mhm.
bad.
Yeah. Look at you being clean
I
in front of Steven.
I can be.
Yeah, I know. I've had you on Clean Comedy. Uh, and then here's some trivia. The role of Mia Toretto was originally written for Eliza Dushku, but she turned it
Really?
down. In addition to Dushku, here's some other people: Natalie Portman, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Kristen Durst. Am I saying that right? Kristen,
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten
Kirsten
Dunst.
Dunst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not gonna say her name correctly. Baijun Phillips.
I have no idea.
Baiju.
I have
Baijun Phillips.
Baiju Phillips.
And then the last one they suggested was Jessica Biel. I don't.
Maybe.
Could we
Maybe
see
Jessica
any of
Biel.
the? Do you even know who
I
any of
don't
those?
know who any of these
If,
people
if you see
are.
if you see their faces, I promise you would know them.
Yeah,
I promise you
I
would know
probably would.
them.
I
Maybe Jessica Biel,
maybe Jessica Biel.
but not Kirsten Dunst.
No,
I don't know
I
who
just
that
feel
is.
because we were talking about this. It's just you know we're not 100% sure ever what Vin Diesel's race is, but in this movie Toretto, they're
Yeah.
going for Hispanic. They're going for a little Latino, and I don't seem like Sarah Michelle Gellar or Kristen
Absolutely not.
Dunst. So like,
No. No. Sarah
yeah,
Michelle Gellar is adorable, but not for this.
yeah.
Not for this.
And also the Volkswagen Jetta that Jesse drives in the movie, R.I.P. Jesse. And that's something when we talk about our own observations, I have observations about Jesse. The
That was my
Volkswagen that he drives in the movie was later purchased by Frankie Muniz.
Really? That was my very first car in college.
Really?
Yeah, I had a Volkswagen Jetta. I bought it from Georgia. It was
Yeah.
which is crazy. It was like a 2001.
That's funny.
So I bought it brand new. Like,
That is so cool.
yeah, it was a red Jetta, but someone wrecked it. I
Oh.
know,
Oh,
right? I know.
And then, of course, we've talked about this a couple times because when we reviewed the movie Point Break, this movie was originally envisioned as a sequel to Point
Point
Break.
Break. Yep, that's right.
And
That's right.
I have strong opinions about that. Maybe when we get to it, I'll reiterate them, or you all can check out previous episodes.
Please check out previous
When we
episodes.
talked about Point Break, this was a big contention of mine because a lot of people are like it's basically a ripoff of Point Break. No, it's not.
It's not.
It is not. And Vin Diesel and I forgot the guy's name in Point Break.
Um,
Um the other guy who played him? Who Patrick Swayze? It was it Patrick
was it
Swayze?
Patrick Swayze?
Anyway,
Yeah, it was Patrick
you
Swayze.
haven't seen Point Break yet either. Okay,
no, I've not.
It was Patrick Swayze, right? Okay, it's
yeah,
Patrick Swayze.
they are not the same character.
They're
But
not.
we again, I feel like we've
But I
talked
get
about
what they
this.
were trying to say, like,
Yeah,
okay, this character, and then this is a gang, and then but
yeah,
no,
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 different movies.
totally different
And
movie.
then the last piece of trivia, if you and this is kind of I actually checked for this when I was watching the movie this time, and it is correct. Of course, in the movies, in all the movies, they talk about how like Brian and Dom always tie for their in the races. Like in this last race,
Yeah,
they tied, except for of course the very first one where Dom beats him. But then like
Oh
that's the
yeah.
contention is like Brian's like I'm just as good, you tied well. And so in that last one when they cross the train track, it's supposed to look like they tied. But if you pay attention from the point of view of from the train, as Brian and Dom cross the tracks at the end of the movie, Brian actually wins by a few inches. Earlier in the movie, Dom told Brian, "It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning."
winning's winning. You're right.
So by that logic, these old eyes aren't wonderful. So I'm not saying you all correct me if I'm
I
wrong.
mean,
But
did he?
his car was just hair from what I saw. What did you notice that? Which
No, I
I feel
thought
like it might
Dom
have been
won.
because he would have. I feel like it might have because of the way that his car was acting up.
mhm.
So maybe
I kept telling myself watching the rest of the movies that Dom doesn't lose races. So until he
that's
said
true.
something about that, I was like,
Yeah. So, well, that I mean, we're
Dom
led to
doesn't
believe
lose
because
race.
he doesn't lose. He actually never has any. He's never wrong until the ninth movie, and it's not like he realizes wrong. He got a clandestine vision experience that where more information was given to him. If Dominic Toretto doesn't apologize, he's never wrong.
No, he's never
So,
wrong.
that's very true.
so, so before I did bring with me a good movie review, and it took me a while, but I brought it back.
All
I
right.
found, but before I get to those, I think everyone's tuning in Steven, I don't know if you know if we do this at the podcast, but we always do an AI plot summary, just to wrap, in case anyone's listening to this podcast and they're like, I haven't ever seen this movie. What's going on? We want them to not feel excluded. But I'm sure you know, CJ is an accomplished actress.
Very,
Um,
very
and so
accomplished.
oftentimes we ask her to get in the role of certain characters, and we ask AI to write the plot summary from the perspective of those characters. So today we're bringing you an AI plot summary of The Fast and the Furious from the perspective of Dominic Toretto, and CJ is going to read it in her best Vin Diesel
I'm going to
impression.
read it in my best Vin Diesel voice. So I have to. All right.
I don't know if you need to think of like cars and tough things and
I'm definitely thinking of tough things. Working with kids is
that'll
tough.
do it.
That'll do it. All right. So this is from the, I guess, the voice. I'm gonna try my best of Dominic Toretto. All right. So I gotta get in my lower register. Okay. So there I am, king of the streets, rule of the quarter mile. Life's good. My crew's tight. My enemies purred. My hairline unbeatable. Then this blonde rookie named Brian O'Connor shows up, looking for a Ken doll looking like a Ken doll who wandered up at the. I ain't got my glasses on. Hold on. Into a JDM meet by accident. Turns out he's an undercover cop, and I don't know yet. All I know is he kept showing up at my races like a lost puppy with a with an NOS addiction. And I'll admit it, the kid had heart. Brian rolls into my world trying to act cool, but he's the guy revving like a lawnmower in a hurricane. He challenges me to a race, loses so hard his car practically files for retirement, and still has the nerve to smile about it. But when the cops show up, he helps me escape, which is the fastest way to my heart. Well, that and a perfectly tuned carburetor. I bring Brian into my crew. Liddy, Vance, Leon, Jesse, and Mia, my sister, who immediately looks at Brian like he's a limited edition import with 0 miles. Meanwhile, the LAPD thinks I'm hijacking trucks. I can get deeper.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Me.
There we go.
Oh wow,
There
there
he
it
is.
is.
me.
That's
Me. Hijacking trucks. I mean, sure, the Civics look familiar, but that's beside the point. Brian's supposed to be investigating me, but instead he's fallen in love with me and bonding with me over engines. Johnny Tran keeps revving in my direction, causing trouble and blowing up cars. Tensions rise. Races get hotter. Nose bottles get emptier. Brian starts realizing maybe my crew is behind the hijackings. But then he realizes I'm not just some criminal. I'm a criminal with values and a killer sense of tank top fashion. We got one last job. Vince gets hurt. Things go sideways faster than a drift in Tokyo. Brian reveals he's a cop, which makes me harder than a misfired piston. I'm furious, but he saved Vince's life, and family comes first, even when family is a cop with frosted tips. I grab my charger, then what is that? The one my dad built, and we race, not for money, not for pride, for respect, for closure. We jump a train. We survive, barely. My charger gets totaled. May it rest in horsepower heaven. Brian hands me the keys to his super, and lets me escape. That's when I knew this kid wasn't just a cop. He was family.
that was good.
All
That was
right.
very good.
Then CJ Diesel. That was great. Here are two different movie reviews. These reviews came from 2001
And
after seeing the movie.
Oh
this is
wow.
crazy. Okay, keep going. I want to hear it.
Okay. So this person said, I'm gonna try to get through this without hating this person, but it's gonna be tough.
Oh
This person
gosh.
said, I personally hated this movie for reasons. I know.
Oh heck no.
First, seeing a modified Civic with 5-foot spoiler and neon lights flying down the street at 170 miles by a fruity pretty boy high school
Oh
reject
oh
doesn't excite me. In fact, this was one of the most boring movies I've ever seen.
Rude.
Right?
lame.
He keeps going.
Oh no.
This
It can
movie
get
is
worse.
aimed squarely at a market of teenagers who add race car decals, spoilers, and 4 exhaust pipes to their 35 MPG Mom Mobile. I'm saying that. Uh, they add 4 exhaust pipes to their 35 mpg mom mobiles in hopes that people will think they are cool. I'm also proud to announce that my '84 Volvo is apparently ready to go on hijacking using sophisticated equipment, things that shoot like a hook thing and extends extensive planning. Shoot the hook thing at the thing as soon as I get myself a neon light or two and a dorky helmet. Oh yeah, and NOS. Wow, he like ran on a rant there. Lastly, this is what he has to say to us. For help deciding if you want to watch The Fast and Furious, if you enjoy movies with a plot or any other remotely intelligent values like adhering to the laws of physics, then this one's a no-go. Unless you enjoy making fun of things like little Darias like the little Darias that you are. That's a 2001 reference.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that
La
is.
la 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 la.
The
Daria.
special effects are mediocre just because they involve fire coming out of cars somehow or cars flying through the air. They were doing that at all the time in the 80s, you know. The characters, yes, they have some character development. By the end of the movie, you know that they are a bunch of losers with way too much money to spend on their civics. Bottom line, as long as teens are stupid, movies like this will keep being made to profit on their stupidity. That's the American way.
Know who this person is, but they need a hug.
They do.
Yes.
I want to know like where are they now? Like that was 2020. That was 2001.
And miserable.
Yeah, that. But you know what's funny is how pissed they must be now. If that was just for the first movie, they have made 9 others, a
That's what you
spin-off
get. And
movie,
that's what you
three
get.
seasons,
And
a
that's
TV,
what you
3 seasons of a TV show, an anime, or a video game. They even made a strategy game, which isn't very fun.
They
But
did.
Oh,
yeah, so like that person since 2001 is must just hate their lives.
how much you want to bet that they still went and watched the
Oh,
rest of them
absolutely,
Oh
Stephen.
yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
just to see
Absolutely.
the plot of it?
Absolutely. They did because they're miserable.
Right.
And they got nothing else better to do,
They
and
have
that's probably the
nothing
best thing they
better
could have
to do.
done.
You know what, gang? If you're listening to this, don't be miserable. Don't watch the things you like and just don't worry about the things you don't like.
Right. How
Right.
rude.
Insane.
Now, let's
But we respect your
we're
opinion. We respect your opinion.
not a lot though, but
Not
like
a,
we respect that
I
you're allowed to
mean,
have a
I mean,
I
some
have
offense.
I have very little respect for
uh,
that
Some
opinion.
offense.
I have
we
very little
respect you in
respect.
that like we respect you with basic human value. Like you are a human
Huh.
and that gives you value.
Huh.
That was just an incorrect opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway, we do at this podcast we do like to spin it with a pot before we get into our own topics. We like to bring the energy back up. So this was a good review.
Yeah.
Is it? I should. Sure, this movie is fueled by testosterone. Sure, this movie has plot holes the size of the Grand Canyon. Sure, this movie has about 5 people in the entire thing who are over 25. Sure, this movie has stupid moments that are supposed to be dramatic, but made me laugh. Sure, the dialogue is cheesy as a cheese sandwich, but what can I say? It's just plain fun.
It's
It
just
it
plain.
has the action scenes. It has great one-liners. It's not gonna win an Oscar, but it did win an MTV Music Award. I can guarantee you that. But it will entertain, and it never gets boring. It may be stupid, it may be unrealistic, but it does have a reasonably good storyline, and is just fun to watch. It's a classic because all of its faults. Go watch it, and don't be too judgmental. Just enjoy it for what it is.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. How many times did this person say sure? My
He
goodness.
was on a little bit of a
I mean,
like,
sure, they said it a
yeah,
lot,
sure,
but
Sure,
sure, but
that's what they
like
kept saying. Like, sure.
I love that though. I like that review because at the heart of the Fast and the Furious movies for me, they're just fun. When people are like, "Oh, what a dumb movie," I'm like, "Yes, and
It's a good movie to
it's
watch.
a
yeah."
documentary.
I don't go
It's
into
not.
So it's supposed to be a
It's not.
documentary.
What's my man who I want to marry?
which one. There's a lot.
So many. Ken Burns. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Who
not
is
Ken
that?
Burns. Oh, he does all the doc. Oh my God, he does all
I have
the
no idea.
documentaries. And if you ever want to fall asleep to like World War II, or
He's the guy.
he is the man who is going to tell you the truth about the world. I'm telling you, Ken Burns. Look him up.
I love
Okay.
it. Okay, so now that we've heard random people's opinions, what's our opinions of these movies? How do you feel the Fast and the Furious, the fact that we saw it on its 25th year anniversary? Uh, you are allowed to talk about others in the franchise if you have opinions on that. Like, let's just what do we think about Fast and Furious?
Let our guest go first.
Yeah.
Uh, um, I think I think they're good movies. I've ever since I watched the first three, I was like, okay, this is a series that I'm going to enjoy start to finish. And I will say I'm very excited, even though it's I don't even know, like over a year away. The Fast Forever. I'm excited to see when that comes out.
My friend has a wonderful theory about how it should end, and I would like to share it now. This is Adam
Okay.
Maldonado. He's a comedian in Memphis. He's not here, but he's going to be here with us with Spirit, because he told me this once we started this podcast, and I think it's the best theory of how they could possibly end the movie series. First of all, we've seen Fast and Furious do all the big things. They
Yeah.
went to
Very
space.
much, very
They
much.
had tanks. They've had planes. The one
The
thing,
submarine, don't forget
submarine.
that.
Yep.
Had
The
some.
one thing we haven't seen yet is time travel.
Oh, that might be that
Mhm.
might be a stretch.
100% is a stretch, but we're talking the last movie, right?
That's fair. That's
This is
fair.
Fast 407. All right, when because they're going to go beyond 11, they're going to keep going until 407. And so there's going to be some kind of issue, some kind of crisis. And there's only one person that can solve whatever crisis it is.
Dumb.
No, that's
Whoa.
the twist because Dom fixes everything, but Dom at this point is experienced enough to know that the one thing they need he can't offer. The only one who could have offered it would be Jesse from
Mm.
Fast One. What do? Well, they can't. He's dead. He's the only character in Fast and Furious that has stayed dead, which is a merit all on
I
its
kind of
own.
see where you're going with
So
this.
that's when someone discovers time travel. They go back, and it's just like an Avengers Infinity War situation where you're seeing
Okay,
past scenes from the
okay,
previous
Yeah.
movies and stuff like
okay.
that. And then they save Jesse, or at least they take past Jesse back, and they have, or they do something. Time travel antics ensue, and that's how they save it. They bring the one guy who's for some such a great. They developed
Who's
in this first movie. This is what I think is interesting about Jesse's character. They intentionally put scenes in the movie to make you care about him because they knew they were going to kill him off.
Okay.
which?
That whole like MIT like the car like you watching that now. I know the reason they did that sweet scene was because like it was going to hurt more when he got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think, and this is, and I'm gonna go totally against the grain
Okay.
because we're at what 11, or
Yes.
This will be
we're at
the
11.
11th.
I
Yeah,
honestly think that this is where they need to stop and let
Mhm.
us just
Ag-
keep wanting more.
Yeah. So are you saying
agree. Yeah.
they shouldn't even make an 11? They should just.
I think they should make an 11,
Mhm.
but I think like this is where we part ways with them.
Mhm.
Not like part ways with the Fast and Furious franchise, but I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying like they like you know how The Sopranos ended.
Yeah.
That's how I want them to do. Oh, okay. The Sopranos ended with like a with they were saying something. They just went to black,
Yeah.
and we don't know what happened. We don't know anything. I think that this is what they should do with Fast and Furious, and just leave us wanting like what is going to happen, what is going to go on. So we never get another Fast and Furious. Like we just beg for it.
Yeah. I would die.
Yeah,
I would not.
Same.
and that's
I
what I
would
said.
not
I
make
would
it
I'm
through
love
I'm in
the
to.
that
episode.
boat. I'm in that
Yeah.
boat.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I know a lot of people would hate that, but I want to
It is.
see.
I mean, the argument could be made that it's time for them to be done.
I don't know if it's time for them to be done.
No,
I
it's
think I
not time for
just
them to be
want them
done.
to do that just to mess with the audience,
Yeah.
give us
Well,
some more.
they're always teasing stuff that may or may not happen. Currently, they're teasing the 11th movie, but they're also teasing like a TV series.
What?
And
I
so
would love
so
now. See, that's what I would
so I
love
think
to
they should do
happen
an
for
11th
a
movie
TV
that kind of
series.
ends the main plot, and then
Yeah,
a series.
like how Power. I would love
Yeah.
like a Fast and the Furious, like how Power is or Empire.
Hmm.
I
Oh, I
would
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
love a Fast and Furious like that.
That'd be
I
cool.
I mean, personally, that would be right up my alley.
Mhm.
Like a Fast and
Let's get you on that TV show,
oh
Sheila.
my god.
Let's.
But here's me. I'm so scary. Like would
You're so
I?
scary.
I am
You're
so
not
scary.
scary.
I am
What are
so
you
scary.
talking
So
about?
scary. You're so scary.
I am so scared.
Terrifying.
No, like I would be scared to like for
Oh,
real get
okay.
behind a wheel
I
Well, I
and.
mean,
wouldn't.
you don't have to actually drive the car. It's probably
But
active.
you know me, I would want to. I would want to face my
There's
fears.
AI and there's CGI,
Yeah.
so like you
No,
wouldn't
man,
have to.
I am not that girl. I want to be in the seat. I want to
That
be
would
in the
be cool.
wheel.
That would be cool. I don't blame you.
I
That
want to
would
be
be
in the
cool.
wheel. Okay,
I love that phrase. I'm not that girl because
I'm not.
in a previous episode when we talked about the turbocharged prelude, you're like, I want to be the girl because that
Yeah,
was
I want to be the girl, but you know what I'm
not
saying.
that girl
Like a
though.
I want to be the love interest.
Like a Letty, like a
No,
Mia.
No,
did you?
Letty is so hot in the book.
Oh,
Letty is the best female character in Fast and Furious.
Like
oh,
she's
And
the hottest
I
thing.
disagree.
now,
What?
I
for
disagree.
clarification, this is a good conversation topic. Then, for clarification, when I say best female character, I am not solely saying most attractive. I am saying
I know what you mean. I know
best
what you mean.
developed
Who
female
do you think
character.
is the best like best developed female character?
Mia, because she
Mia?
stays. Because
I'm gonna let you speak your piece. I'm gonna let you speak. I'm not gonna judge until I
you're
fully hear
gonna
it.
judge me. You-
I'm not.
Let me hear it, Steven.
I'm holding it back.
okay, the only reason why I say that is, I mean, yes, we don't get Brian. I get that. We don't have Brian.
Right.
But even when things got like tough and everything, she was still there. And she was still a very well developed character.
She was awful
No,
from the
she was
first movie
not.
to the ninth movie.
No,
I'm gonna say she was
she was
awful.
not
By
awful.
nine, she has some development and she has some significance and she helps people out. But every scene with her in every
You think
other
she was off?
movie up until nine, she is complicating
She
things.
showed she showed in or the first one towards the or when during that truck chase scene where Vince dies, she
Okay,
can
so, I mean, like
drive,
she can drive.
which is
But she
Yeah.
she's just a Letty, but not as significant. But still think that she
Okay.
is a
Not
good
as
character.
significant. Okay.
okay. I'll admit I have a bias, and I was telling TJ this in the theater. I hate that scene where she like leads Vince on, and then he's like, "Oh, Brian can take me there." And I get that he's a jerk in the whole series, but like, what a rude woman move.
He was well, Vince was a jerk all the way up
He
until it
was.
was like 8 or 9.
That's an interesting theory. Was Vince a jerk in Fast and Furious 1, or was he the only one who saw the undercover cop for who he was working? What if
Oh,
Oh.
Dom and the gang had
oh!
listened to Vince at the beginning?
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
They would have stayed a family. He would Dom would have gone on the run.
That's
He
true.
called it within the first 30 minutes of the film. This guy is a
Maybe not
cop.
even the first 30 minutes, like the first 30 seconds. As soon as
Yeah,
he saw him, he was like, "This dude is
yeah,
A
no
something's
good.
up.
cop,
This dude
yeah.
is no good."
I didn't even
I'm gonna
think
have to,
about
you know what?
that.
I'm gonna have to give it up to you for that one. Okay, I'm gonna
Now,
put my phone down. Yeah,
that is, I have had many rounds with different people on this podcast about defending Vince. I'll be honest, but I mean, truthfully, he is. I mean, he's a
He
terrible person, but
he was a terrible
he's a very
person.
flawed character. But that's kind of what makes him interesting is you can see his attempt at being, especially in Fast Five, especially when he comes back for the next movie. But
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, okay.
and one of the things that's interesting about Paul Walker's character to me is rarely in the first movie does he do anything successfully.
true.
We love Brian O'Connor, but it's not because of the Fast and the
It's
Furious.
because
It's
of
only
Dom.
because he's
It's
It's
because of Dom.
it's because it's either how he looks, that's CJ's vibe, um, or
CJ wants to marry him.
the Brian O'Connor
maybe.
that we like. Actually, we see in
Uh,
Too Fast, Too Furious,
those
and beyond.
eyes,
So,
those
yeah.
blue eyes.
Have any other Fast and Furious related thoughts? Did you share any of your? I don't know if we heard any of your hot takes on Fast and Furious.
Oh, I don't know because I want to get to the part like I want to get to where what was my favorite scene.
Okay. Oh,
So
I
you
do. I want to get to that. Yeah.
yeah,
okay. Okay.
so
Well, let's do the best bits, and you all did hear me correctly. I didn't say Drew's best bits. I didn't say CJ's best bits.
no, you did
Today, I
not.
said the best bits, and here's why. Each of us, since it's a special episode, since we're celebrating Fast and Furious and the 25 years of its existence, and so we all got to see the movie in
Beep,
theaters
beep.
together, we decided, we collectively, I decided, that we all were going to share our best bits. We were all going to. It's still a competition. It's a one versus one.
Yeah.
So the way it works is we are going to each take turns sharing our three, and I'm going to call it best scenes. Now we get to pick the parameters.
Okay.
It can be your favorite of the movie. It could be your best joke. It could be the coolest car you saw. Three of something. Mine are going to be most like when I do mine. It's the three most meaningful scenes in my life, right?
Okay.
So, because this movie has had a transcendental experience in my life. I don't know. So, and so we each pick three scenes, and then the other two people are gonna have to pick which one is our number one. Before we tell them, obviously. Now, if you get it right, you get a point.
Okay.
If you get it wrong, whoever's turn it is to share the scenes gets a point.
Okay.
So, and you are going to help me keep track of the points because I'm great at math. Okay, so who wants to start? Who wants to give us their best bits first?
Well, he's our guest, so I love to like to allow the guest to go
Okay.
first.
All right. So
Well, unless you don't want to go first.
I was going to say that's a lot of pressure to put on the
That is a
guest.
lot of pressure. Would you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
you can go first.
I go first.
You can go
Okay.
first. Yeah.
Because I wrote down a couple. This is like my second fave. So let's see. I think my fave. Okay, my best bit was when they were at the table when they were cooking, and Vince left because he was jealous when he saw Brian there with Mia.
Okay.
When Jesse was racing Tran. That was like one of my best bits. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but it's something in that scene that was like it was just his innocence in it. It was his like his like I know it's something about that scene because maybe they were in open air. I don't know what it was, but I just knew like that was a real race to me for some reason.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then I'm gonna throw you both off. When Brian was talking to the cops, when he was like when he went into
Whoa.
the house,
Which time?
when he was accused of being in love with Mia.
Oh, okay. And then like he got in a fight
He
with
got
her.
into a fight with the cop.
When
Yeah.
So those are your three scenes, and we're picking which one was your favorite of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go
I'll go
first?
first.
Okay. What do you think?
I'm gonna say it's pro I'm just gonna go with my gut because I should have done it when we were guessing like how much the movies made, and I
Mm-hmm.
was gonna be right in that ballpark. Uh, the street race with Tran.
Okay.
Mm.
Did I say that wrong? Did I say his
No.
name
No,
wrong?
no, no.
Street
That
race
was
with
right. That was
Tran.
Okay,
right.
okay, okay,
I
okay.
this one. I don't.
Tough ones, huh?
My guts not tell my guts not directing me in a certain
Confused.
area.
I'm so confused.
I'm going to go with a different one than you. Just
Okay.
Oh,
I'm going to go with I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna because it's my least favorite scene, so maybe it makes it your favorite scene. I'm gonna go with the Mia Vince scene.
That's what you're going with? That's
Yep.
what you're going with?
And
It's actually the trans scene.
ah
with Jesse and
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
You
that
were right.
means
That means he got a
yeah.
point.
So the
I
count
have
is Steven has 1 point,
one.
CJ has 1 point because I
Yeah.
missed it, and I have 0 points.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
so
know. It was something about that scene that just I don't know. It really just hit home for me.
yeah, it is
That
an impactful scene. Like it is, those were all good scenes.
Thank
So
you.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, Steven, do you want to go now that you're here? Now to see how it went.
okay? I'll go next. I feel like mine are pretty all very similar in what they are, but
Okay.
That's a good best bit. Makes it hard for us to.
That is true.
the first one I'm gonna say is the quarter mile street race at the end of the movie
Oh.
with the Supra and the Charger
Were
Okay.
there before the train?
before
Okay. Well, the
the
train.
trains
During the
During the
train.
train, yeah. Before
yeah
the
yeah
train. Yeah. Okay. All right. All
then
right.
Dom saying he lives his life a quarter mile at a time.
Oh.
Okay. What
Okay.
a stupid quote. I'm
What a
just kidding. I'm just
It's the
kidding.
Don't
name of your
listen to him.
podcast, Drew.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
And then my last one is the Ferrari drag race scene.
Ooh,
That is a fun one.
that is a
I
good
like all
one.
of them, but
I always forget
I
about
have
that one
one
until it's just
favorite.
okay.
It's a Ferrari.
Yeah. Smoke them.
Smoke 'em. All right. You want to go first?
I do.
Because
At first I was gonna say the Ferrari scene because he was literally quoting it next to me during the
I
movie.
don't know what you're talking about.
yeah. beep beep
But
playing around.
but the you know what I'm gonna you got the point last time and you followed your gut. I'm gonna follow my gut. I'm gonna go with the Ferrari scene.
Okay.
Okay, okay. What about you, CJ?
Um, you said the Ferrari scene. You said the
Dom saying he lives his life a quarter
quarter
mile
mile
at a
at a
time, and then
time.
the drag race at the end.
You know what? I'm gonna follow my brother over here because for some reason that Ferrari scene did kind of hit home to me,
Mhm.
and I love the fact that they smoked the Ferrari out.
Right?
So I'm gonna go with the Ferrari.
You guys were both wrong. It was the end, the last scene of the
That
movie.
was that was what I was deciding between. I was like, that just is an
Peanuts
iconic
and call me
scene. So
Dumbo.
all right, so
I kind of have
Steven,
a weird reason for why I like it.
why do you like it?
One, the reason why I like it, one, because I love the cars,
Huh?
but I also think that it's like also probably one of my favorite scenes in all of Fast and Furious, other than the tribute for Paul Walker. It's also one of my other
It
favorite
made it to
scenes.
the tribute. It
It
was
it
part
did
of.
make it
Yes,
to
it
the
was
tribute.
another
You're
drag
right.
race that
Yeah.
they had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. So
Good scene.
Steven's at 3,
Steven's at.
CJ's at 1,
I'm at one.
and I'm at 2, which means no matter how my best bits go, I'm not going to be the
Are
king
you
of
at
the
two?
room. I'm at 0.
Yeah. I was
Sorry.
like, yeah.
I'm
Come
sorry.
on.
I'm at
Come
0.
on.
I'm
I
confused.
said that in my head, but I did not say that
It's like,
out loud.
uh-uh.
Sorry. No. Steven's at 3, CJ's at 1,
One.
I'm at 0. which means even if you both are wrong on mine, I still don't win. So that's lovely.
All right.
But you have a chance to. I don't
I
know.
might have a
I don't,
chance.
if you get both of these, we'll have to figure something out. We might ask our spectator to give us best bits if we need a
Yeah, best.
tiebreaker.
You're right. I'm ready. Okay,
Okay.
let's go.
So these are most meaningful moments to me that have had weird impacts on my life. Right.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. So I'm trying. I think I'm gonna do them in order. Unless they're not in order. And then forgive me. First one was like the Dom speech when uh when after the race, the first race where he was talking to Brian, almost had me. You never had me. You never had your car.
I
Don't
love
Mm,
that
matter if
scene.
you're
I
winning by a
love
little bit.
that
Like so
scene.
like that is so that scene that whole
that's a
scene.
good
It's a
one.
beautiful moment.
That's a beautiful moment.
The second one is it was made it to your list, the quarter mile at a time.
That one's such a good one,
So
though.
that was impactful. A
Live my
little
life
weird
a
that he
quarter
was like,
mile at a
you.
time.
It was weird when he was like, you break your heart, I break you. Now let me go tell you about how I got sent to prison.
Yeah.
Like that was it was a little
That was a good
intimidating.
one.
That one was the curveball.
Yeah, but that so the quarter mile at a time. And then the third one was I think it might have happened in between these. I don't know when it happened, but when so when they figure out when they bust Brian, who's like taking pictures and checking out of the cars, and Vince like pulls him out and then he puts a gun to his head, and out of the shadows, Vin Diesel walks out. I was like, this is one of those moments where you got to be really careful about what you
Oh
say.
yeah, he was like, nod your
I
head.
do like
Yeah.
that one. That
Yeah.
one I do
So those are
enjoy.
Yeah, these are
so each of
good.
these I'll be honest, this is going to be tough because each of these have had incredible impacts in my life, but
Mm,
which one
Oh,
has
had
the
the most
most.
impact?
Okay.
I gotta think about this one. I
Hmm.
gotta think.
This is good. Okay.
I like all of them.
I do
Like a
too.
whole month to think about that. I like
You want to go first, or you want me to go
You go
first? Me go
first.
first.
Yeah.
I feel like. Let me see. It wasn't okay. The last one you said was when he had the gun and he was like,
mhm.
one decision. The second one was when you said,
Live his life a quarter mile at a
"Lu-
time.
was that the live your life a quarter mile at a
That was
time?
number
That was the
two.
second
Yeah,
That was
one.
number two. And then the first one
like
was
the cool
the
Dom
cool
Toretto
Dom thing.
speech.
You know what? I'm going with number two.
Going number two.
Yeah, I'm going with number two. Live your
For
life a quarter mile at a time.
for me, it's a toss up between the first one and the last one. But if I'm gonna go with my gut, I'm gonna go with the first one.
Okay. It was the second one. And here's the cool thing. Now the first one was a bit of a twist, or what's a plot twist because I would say that's one of my favorite scenes in the movies, but the other two have had profound impacts in my life. I just really like that
That
scene, so I
makes
threw it in
yeah,
there.
that makes one
The
that
and
100%
and
makes sense.
back when I first did this podcast, like the very first episode,
Yeah.
I would have said that scene because I hadn't had, and I'll explain why the second scene ended up, winning my heart over. But when I was a youth pastor, unknowingly, because I watched this movie so often, it was just part of my ethos whenever I was talking to kids who I knew were like lying to me or who were like in big trouble, I would sit down and like, this is one of those moments where you have to be really careful with your words. And I had no idea until like when I watched the Fast and Furious for our first time ever reviewing this movie back 2 years ago, and then I heard him say that. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been saying that to teenagers for 15 years in youth ministry, and that's where it comes from.
That's where it comes
So
from.
so to me that like unintentionally that line had a huge impact on me. But the reason why I ended up picking the second one is well, one, I don't know if you guys have heard, but I used to run a podcast called the Quarter Mile
You
Podcast.
know,
So,
you
so,
stupid.
so, so,
Sir, I can't even
but,
with you.
and then,
That's the reason why I chose it.
so, so, and
Because I
then,
had to think for a second.
yeah, and then that's expanded to my entertainment brand, Quarter Mile Entertainment. And when he says, I mean, it's all based around that quote. My brand is all based around that quote, where when he says, for those 10 seconds less, I'm free, to, nothing else matters, none of my stresses and all that stuff. To me, everyone has a quarter mile thing that we
Yeah.
do. Everyone has a thing that when we're building our cars, we're not thinking about the stresses of life. When we're performing stand-up comedy, we're not thinking about the stresses in life. When we're acting, we're
I
not thinking.
needed to hear
So
that
yeah,
today.
and so like the bulk of my creative endeavors is twofold. One, I help people find their quarter miles, like come to the show and just get away, like.
Yeah.
And then also like I work now with entertainers and I help them be the person who are giving those opportunities for quarter miles. And like so that and I remember it was after one of the episodes of this podcast in season 1 when I was doing it in Jackson. I was hanging out with my old co-hosts and I was just talking about how I was having such a crappy week, and then I went and performed the night before. And I was like, I don't know, man. While I was up there, it was like nothing else mattered, and it was a lot of fun. And then one of the other coaches was like, "It was your quarter mile," and I was like, "Oh
Oh,
my gosh, that's my thing." And so
maybe
that's
I'm
my
at my
grant. So
quarter mile right now. I don't know.
maybe
Me,
this just here in my apartment in Hendersonville talking about Fast and Furious.
me,
That would be anyone's quarter mile.
me coming to the shows with you guys is like my core mile. Like nothing else matters to me. Getting to hang out with cool people. Like I've met ever since my dad started doing comedy. I've met you. I've met you. I've met like a bunch of
Oh,
cool people, and I've just enjoyed it. It's like something. I'm not trying to make you cry, but it's like
you're
That
gonna
was
be with
sweet.
happiness.
but
Yeah.
that's like my quarter mile. Like I don't care about anything else. I just care about getting to hang out with people I enjoy being with, and
Yeah,
it's
and you know what? That's how life is supposed to
Yeah.
be anyway. You know what I'm saying?
It's just there's so many things that suck and are stressful
yes.
and that we have
Amen.
no control over, but it's just life. But there's so many other things that can help get us through life that are meant to be enjoyed. And I
Absolutely.
think
Like
I
this,
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
consider this
And
part of
this
your
is so
quarter
cool.
mile.
This is so
Oh
cool.
This is
yes,
part of
yes.
By the
your
way, for
this.
YouTube people or for not YouTube people, we are pointing out again
Oh yeah,
Steven's amazing Legos.
his
I forget this. This
Legos
is
and
most
stuff.
people are listening to us. So
Yeah.
when we say, look at these things here, they're like, we're driving. So well, cool. Well,
It's time.
it pains me to admit this, but Steven did win the most points of
That's
this,
okay. That's
so
okay.
he is the king of the quarter mile podcast. So
That's okay. I humbly bow to this young man right here. I'm
I'll
okay with
I'll admit defeat.
I'll admit
For
I
defeat.
will
I'm
now.
do it
cool with that.
humbly. I won't do it like
You shall do it
generously.
humbly, Stephen.
We'll,
I will acknowledge that was a thing that happened.
we'll have to do this again when Fast Forever comes out.
That's right. Yeah, the podcast isn't
He's
I
over
can
saying my
yet.
I
age
can
doesn't
only
mean
hold
time
that
is
title
not.
for so long.
Yeah, you can
I
only hold
not
it
have
for
you,
two to
kind
10
sir.
Less than
years.
2 years.
Um, well, we have a couple things left to do in this podcast.
Yeah,
One of which is probably the most important. It's the Too Fast, Too Furious rating.
yeah,
We you can give it this movie, The Fast and the Furious,
yeah.
just
Tell
the
him how it
first one.
goes.
We each are going to give our ratings. You can say Too Fast, which is like you loved it, your life is better because of it. You can say Fast, which means it was a good movie. You can say Furious, which means it was a bad movie. Or you can say Too Furious, which is it was a terrible movie and your life is less than because of it. In our whole podcast career, we've only reserved a few special
I'm gonna
movies
say
for Too
just
Furious.
too furious. Yeah,
We've had now there have CJ, we have reviewed a few. Can
yeah.
you remember any of the Two Furiouses that we had
Oh
to
Lord.
watch?
10 better be one of them.
No. What? Let me
10 should be
see.
one
Well,
of them.
we CJ wasn't with us for 10.
Oh,
No,
Uh,
but what was it? Was it Triple X? No, it wasn't Triple
One
X.
it might have been one of the triple X's, but for me, I loved those movies. I gave one of them
Yeah.
too fast. Actually, the ones that stick out to me as the most worst movies was we did there was a and not even a parody, but a Fast and Serious. Do you
Oh
remember it?
yeah, I remember that
That
one.
was
Yeah,
stupid.
you did.
I
You
hated
did
that movie.
not care for
I
that one.
remember you hated Redline so much.
Oh, I couldn't.
You like I tried to watch it, I couldn't watch
I
it.
couldn't. I literally couldn't. Yeah, that was a too furious for me.
Yeah, so they do exist, but
So
not. But hey, we moved past those movies
yeah,
and we're
but
back.
I'm ready to give my rating on this one.
All right, what do we got?
I'm giving it a fast. I really enjoyed this movie. I'm not going to give it a too fast. It did make my life better,
Mhm.
but I'll definitely say that I really enjoyed this movie. Would I watch it again? Yes. Would I
Mhm.
watch? Would I, if it came on TV? Would I sit down and get my favorite popcorn? Absolutely,
I
absolutely.
love that you brought back how you tell us what you eat when you're gonna. She said that every time. Would I make spaghetti while I watch it? Yeah, yeah, I would.
If it's a spaghetti movie, I'm getting my spaghetti.
There we go. This is a good club sandwich.
Too Fast and Too Furious is a spaghetti movie
yes.
with ginger ale. It is a
I feel like it'd be a Little Caesars, and
really. Do you think so?
I'm
I
on the boat.
definitely think
I'm
it
on
would
the
be.
boat with Drew.
I feel like Too Fast and Too Furious would be. I'm getting my spaghetti, my salad. Gizmo is right here, and we're having a good time.
okay,
We're having fun. That's a definite too
It
fast.
to me, it's like the bros are coming over. We're gonna have pizza. We're gonna have
Pizza
soft
and wings.
drinks and yeah,
Do
pizza and
pizza
wings.
with
Yeah,
Pizza
maybe
and
too
wings.
fast,
yeah.
but I
So
feel like angel haired pasta.
that's so
Angel.
classy.
Yes.
That is so classy for Too Fast, Too Furious,
Is
the almost made to DVD movie.
it?
Like it was, it did not do well in its day. Like
I
it was.
still loved it. I loved that movie. I don't care. All right, what do you?
I'm giving it a too fast because it was very significant to me
Okay.
because of like coming out of middle school. It was very hard because I had rough time in middle school, and then he said I went to it was a comedy show, and you said something about Fast and Furious, and I was like, I'm gonna look into this. Started watching it, and I just fell in love with it.
Oh,
So
good.
that's one of the, and then obviously the whole sports broadcasting at my school,
Mhm.
but that's also like not the main reason why I it's been very significant to me. It's just I've enjoyed watching it because it's brought
Mm-hmm.
me out of that hard time coming out of middle school. So that's
Oh,
why I've
love that for
enjoyed
you.
watching Fast and Furious.
Love that for you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's what I do in my comedy. Some people go there to tell jokes and make people laugh. I just try to get more people to watch Fast and Furious. That is really my God-given mission on this earth.
It worked for me.
So I am gonna be honest and give this one a fast. I do
Okay.
enjoy it a lot.
Okay,
I've
yeah.
probably because I marathon these movies frequently. I've probably seen it somewhere
At
between
least
15 and 20 times. Well, thank you guys so much for being on this
Of
podcast. Literally, thanks
course.
for coming back. CJ, thanks for coming in general, like here and joining us. Steven, this is our chance where, since this is a special episode, we haven't, CJ, we haven't caught up with you in a while. Steven,
Right.
we've never caught up with you. This is our opportunity to plug whatever we want to anyone who's listening. Also, if you're listening, thank you. You've made it to the end of the
Please.
episode. Thank you for being
Yay.
here and checking us out. Feel free to share your opinions and everything, comments, and whatever. If you have any Fast and Furious thoughts, I'm always up for talking about it. So you just let us know, and maybe I'll respond back. So, but CJ, what are we plugging?
Oh wow. Okay, let's see. I know I have a show coming up this week and I got a couple of shows coming up next month. I am returning. Nurse Eleanor Foster is returning to Nashville 911.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
yippee.
That is it is very fun to work with the likes of Jessica Capshaw and Chris O'Donnell
Mhm.
Haley Kilgore and Wani Feliz, Mackenzie Porter. I don't know if you ever heard of her, but she's a great country. She sings. Oh, and Ryan Phillippe just joined the cast.
That's cool.
So I'm doing that, and I don't know if you guys know this, but now I'm a assistant director of a daycare now.
Oh,
Cool.
nice.
So thank
Congratulations.
you. So I have moved from in the classroom to now administrator, but I'm
Hmm.
still in the classroom technically still because
Are you
Still gotta do with
do you
kids.
like the administrative part?
I do, but I do because I can still go in the
Mhm.
classroom whenever I want to, and I get to teach the teachers and stuff like, hey, this is kind of how I
Yeah.
want my the curriculum to go. I get to do a lot more curriculum planning. I get to hug the babies. They get to come into my office, so I have my own office and stuff.
That's
Okay.
nice. That's
So
nice.
and Gizmo gets to go to school with me on Thursdays because believe it or not, Gizmo is helping kids with speech therapy.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
cool.
So
nice.
See you finally
That's
speaking to them.
cool.
that's what I'm saying. It's so cool. But no, he we have some kids who are on the spectrum or who are nonverbal, and they are learning to talk and
Hmm.
or slow down their words. And Gizmo, for some reason, I don't know why, I don't know how, but he's really helping them with that.
That's
That's
cool.
So
cool.
that's
That's actually really
always fun to
cool.
do. And
He just gives them a look that's like slow down.
I think that's really what it is. And then they're just like, it's a dog. I'm like, that is a dog.
Hmm.
They're slowing down. So that's always fun to do. And besides the comedy and Third Coast, we're
Hmm.
still dealing with Third Coast and stuff. And
And by dealing with you, we still teach at third
we still
coast.
teach Third
We
Coast.
deal with it. We deal with all the comedy
I mean, I'm doing all things comedy and all things acting.
I'm gonna say this now. I miss the Third Coast shows. I enjoyed those
Oh,
shows
yeah.
so
Well,
much.
we're moving venues right now. So,
Oh, I did not know
yeah,
this.
we're moving
This is new
venues. We're moving
news.
Yep.
out east. So, if we have a Patreon, so if you guys want to donate, please donate to us because we need it. We need it. Shout out to Third Coast.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if are you doing a session this time too? I just finished week 2 last Tuesday with my new
No, because I
students.
only had like 4 people to sign
Okay,
up. So
yeah,
he was like, my next one will probably be,
that happens. Yeah,
yeah.
what's fun about this one is I have repeat students from other sessions. Like that took me a couple times ago, and like they're in my
Nice.
class now, and so I'm kind of running it as more of an intermediate class because I have like 3 people that are like out doing comedy. So,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
But
Um, Let's plug you,
What do we got to plug?
Um,
Mr. Broadcaster.
King of the quarter mile, winner of
Okay,
the best
King.
bets.
Okay, bum 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 bum. Air
you
horn.
can follow what we do at Wilson Central. We have WCSN 16, and then
Okay,
Wilson Central Sports 24/7 on Instagram and Facebook for both. You on Instagram and Facebook
and
for
you're producing
both.
both of those?
No, I'm not on the accounts. The teacher that actually runs the entire program, who's been at the school since it's open, runs the program.
Oh, okay.
And then I do stream on Twitch sometimes. Motion underscore rocket. So
Is
I
it
did I
Rocket League? Is that what the
yeah.
Twitch, because I asked that earlier. What is
It's a streaming platform.
okay? Okay.
So yeah,
like a lot of gamers will get up there and they'll start playing, and then you can watch them play games.
Oh,
I
okay.
do that for
I've
fun.
never,
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I guess I don't know
We need to
what.
get you on Twitch. We need to get you playing a game on Twitch.
Hey, don't say that because hey, I'll get back to gaming. I used to, I used to be a big gamer.
I will say, anyone who wants to see more of my stuff, as fun as this episode has been, I do have another podcast. It's a weekly podcast called Clean Comedy Chats, where I interview different comedians in the Clean Comedy Collective, and we talk about them. They give a lot of insight on stand up comedy, and
Mm-hmm.
it's less movie reviews. Although I have in a few episodes brought up Fast and Furious just to see
Okay.
where it goes. But it is more talking about stand-up comedy. So if you're listening to this and you're into comedy, they give a lot of insight. Everyone always has a different story
You
or
have a
perspective. Or
special thing coming up.
what do I have? Let's.
It's a show that you have coming up that I'm very jealous of.
Is it my Walmart show? Yeah. Oh, yes,
Yes!
I do. Here in the Middle Tennessee area, I am literally the first stand-up comedian who's ever performed at a Walmart.
I'm so
It
excited
is
for
so
this.
interesting. It is interesting.
I host a monthly show at Walmart, and it's a free show, but
I
there's
forgot
only
about that.
25 seats, so it's like if you want to go, you like at least for this last one, it's already quote unquote sold out.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, we just and so the idea is with that show is the comedians come and it's at like a podcast studio in
Yeah, it's
Walmart,
really nice.
and so the idea is you film your Walmart 10 instead of Dry Bar 30 or Netflix hour. It's like do
Your
your
Walmart.
Walmart 10, and a lot of people might not know this, but a really good 10-minute video clip for a comedian can be a door opener.
Yeah.
You send that clip into different places, and that's how you get work. That's how people. So yeah,
I'm so excited for that.
so that's a fun thing. I also produce several other shows. You can check it out at drewdaviscomedy.com. And yeah, we're just telling jokes, doing a podcast, having fun.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so thank you guys for being on this
Thank you for
show.
having us.
And hey,
I
if
was
you're
very excited for this.
yeah, this
It was great
again,
having
I
you.
hope
Yes.
your life is okay being a complete letdown after this moment. Uh,
I don't
And
think it'll be a letdown.
congratulations to
yeah,
winning.
you are the king of the quarter mile
Ba,
podcast.
ba, ba, ba.
This is just a friendly reminder to every single person listening to this. Go out and do something fun this week. Go out, watch
Absolutely.
your favorite movie, eat your favorite food, do them together. That's always a fun mix. Go
Hmm.
see a comedy show. Just whatever you do, go live your life a quarter mile at a time.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.